We were initially approached in summer of 2012 to participate in an expression of interest for an architectural competition, which we were thrilled to do. And the reason being that the Macallan's existing production facilities were limited relative to the upturn in the single malt Scotch whisky industry. The Macallan is at the very top of the single malts. This is called East Elky's House, which is what's actually on the logo of a bottle of Macallan, and is important because it's often referred to as the home of the brand, and it's very much a core part of the estate. So the brief was to provide a production facility which had to be possible of being phased, and we were given 3 or actually up to 5 potential production capacities that the scheme had to achieve, along with a new visitor experience. It's a beautiful part of the world. We've been spoilt really and been able to go here every couple of weeks for the last 6 years. And we, with our design partner Graham Stirk, who's the author of the scheme, pretty immediately took the view that we would try to do something that would be sensitive to that landscape, use that as a principal driver and mitigate its impact in the landscape. There's a particular topography to the site. We wanted to maximise the views from the broad site that we were given. It was very important that we made a connection back to East Elky's house. Physically, we wanted to make a physical connection back to the old house, but also symbolically, we wanted to always make that connection back to the home of the brand. That was very important. It was very important as well that the scheme, whatever it ended up being, didn't detract away from the house, which would always be the core element and which would always remain on the bottle. We took the decision to locate the visitor centre with the production facility in one combined entity. That's quite unusual in itself. Often the visitor experience is separated away from the production facility, and that's normally for adjacency reasons against volatile products and volatile environments. But we chose to do that. We felt the visitor centre was really seen more as a reception to the production facility rather than something that was standalone. The authenticity of the product of Macallan dovetailed nicely with the authenticity that we would like to bring to a project of exposing the way that the component parts work. We wanted to make almost a slightly kind of Mayan type of incision in the landscape that once you then break into the building, it would reveal itself and becomes the sort of mystery revealed, which became an expression that was often used throughout the project as well. This was just our initial, very quick understanding of how you make whisky, and it was just kind of fun to do. But once we did do that, we were able to apply that very quickly to the production vessels that we were then aware that would be required, and that started to inform the actual plan in a bit more detail. You can see here the visitor centre to the southern part, which is a combination of a taller, accentuated part of the roof with an exhibition space further to the south, and the 3 production cells moving further to the north, which are repeated. And the one to the very end is referred to as the mash house, and that's an introductory part of the process. All of this is exposed to the visitor. Very much the production process is laid bare, and that's very important to us, that everybody can see very clearly how the building works, how the building's put together. I think it's probably fair to say that almost every single part of the project has had its challenges. That said, it's been an incredibly enjoyable project to be involved with, and I think it's just coming to fruition, and hopefully it will be well received.
Thank you to RIW, who are sponsors for the Welcome to the Underworld exhibition and to our event tonight. RIW are experts in waterproofing, and I'm sure without their expertise, you might have designed a swimming pool rather than this beautiful distillery.